Hello, 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 everybody. How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am super excited to welcome you to the very first episode of Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Felicia Joseph, the Anointed Songbird.
Oh, my bad.
And you are?
and I and I'm your host, Speak Nay. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And I'm ready to rock and roll on this thing. Let's get it popping.
All right. First and foremost, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. When you come in, please like and share. Please like and share this broadcast so that as many people as can be helped and touched and reached can be. We thank you so much for coming in with us tonight. Just a little bit about Let's Talk About It. Let's Talk About It is a show where we're going to come together and talk about all types of relationship issues from both sides of the table. We're going to hear his side, we're going to hear her side. It's no right or wrong, it's just to get a clearer and better understanding of both sides of the table when it comes to issues. All right. And we figured, we told back and forth a little bit on what our first topic was going to be because there are so many things that we can discuss. And we have agreed that tonight's topic, our debut topic, is going to be being pursued by Mr. and or Mrs. Married.
Mhm.
So all that basically is being pursued by a married person, whether you're a male, whether you're a female, whether you're the married person that's interested in someone else, whatever the extenuating circumstances are, because there are all different types of situations, all different types of issues, all different types of things that could have happened to cause these things to happen. It doesn't change the fact of whether it's right or wrong. We're just going to delve into it to see, why these types of things might happen. If you guys have any type of comments, any say so, any real world experience, if you've experienced this, if you're in a situation like this now, this is a no judgment zone. We're not here to judge you. We're just here to talk about the issues from both sides of the table. You want to jump in right there, Nay?
Yeah, and the thing about it all, about let's talk about it, we have to be completely honest. We are going to be completely 100 with every topic that we talk about. We can't cross the borderline and say, oh, well, maybe this and maybe that. We have to be honest because these are real situations that we've all gone through and we may go through. So we have to be completely 100 and solid about every topic that we talk about. So don't
And
get in
that's a
y'all feelings.
lot of
Don't get in y'all feelings.
we gonna have to make that a main hashtag. Hashtag don't get in your feelings.
For real talk.
But that's one of the problems. A lot of times, honesty or the lack thereof of honesty in any type of relationship can cause all types of problems, issues, circumstances, and something as small as me not wanting to hurt his feelings or him not wanting to hurt my feelings. So I'm going to hold on to this, or I'm going to, it's not so much an outright lie, but a lie of omission to try to spare his feelings is actually in the long run going to end up hurting his feelings more so than protect them, and vice versa. So I agree. Honesty is a key to any successful relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. Every relationship has something. I love those people that say, oh yeah, we never fight, we never disagree. Okay, you may never fist fight or brawl, but y'all don't see eye to eye on everything all the time. Now, I applaud you if you have that time, and it takes work where you can talk about it, where
Yeah.
you can try to understand it from the other side. That's what it takes. And then, it doesn't turn into a something, very small can turn into something humongous. But if you use the tools you have in your bag and y'all both are committed and want it to work, I don't think that there's anything that a couple can't get over unless, he kills my mama or I kill his daddy or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, and I'm reading some of the comments and I just want to see. Let me see some hearts. I'm looking at the Facebook Live. Let me see some hearts or some thumbs up. If you know someone, if you are the someone, if in the past, maybe present, if it's ever crossed your mind or you've ever been in a situation where you have been pursued, a married person, a married man or a married woman, unbeknownst to you, or sometimes we got them up. All right, yeah, we can't do the hearts, but I'm saying what. That's true, RJ. That's true. So, I mean, we all these situations. So my question is, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna jump out on you first, Nay. What do you believe with all your experience? Because I know your boys talk to you a lot, like me and my. So, what have you heard as far as some of the reasons why a married man would try to pursue a woman that's not his wife?
I mean, a lot of it when it comes to what my guys be talking about, a lot of it is just that thrill. You know what I'm saying? It's not a commitment. It's temporary. It's just a fling. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're going home to their wives with the lie and all of that. But a lot of it is just that thrill. They say, man, I just need something new. You know what I'm saying? I just want something I just want a woman that's not my wife. You know what I mean? Knowing that it's not gonna last. So they say. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, for a lot of the guys that I talk to and who I counsel at this very moment who dealt with this, they say it's just wanting something new. They're bored at home.
Okay. And see, that's one of the topics that I wanted us to delve into further on in the series. I want us to go into that in a marriage. There are a lot of times when a woman and a man will be guilty of going above and beyond when they're chasing, when they're courting, when they go above and beyond. But then, somewhere along the way in the marriage, they don't do that anymore. They don't, baby, you're beautiful. They don't just call to say hello. It's like the things that made him and her fall in love, the things that kept him and her engaged. Marriage is work. You can't say I do and then say, okay, for the rest of our life now, we just gonna sit here and look at each other and ain't gonna do nothing else. I ain't gonna tell you you beautiful. I ain't gonna tell you you handsome. I ain't gonna say, oh, babe, when you get that haircut, you look good. I'm not gonna do that no more. But my thing is, why do you believe that just because I married you, that now I don't expect or need or require that validation from the person that I chose to spend the rest of my life with? So that's why I said we're not going to do a right or wrong thing, because there are extenuating circumstances. We know what the Bible says. The Bible says it's wrong. So period. But we're not going to argue with God. We're trying to understand what types of situations or things happen to cause these types of things to happen. So you go ahead.
And a lot of it has to do with so many, whether it's the male or whether it's the female. Once after they get married, so many people stop dating each other. Now it's almost like we just gonna grow old together and just live our life. When when in reality, that's not what it is. Because the man is still a man. You know what I'm saying? And a woman is still a woman. We have eyes. We still feel a certain way about a certain thing. So if it's not your best friend and she's not your blessing or he's not your blessing, what was the marriage? What was getting married?
What was the purpose?
So what was the purpose of getting married in the first place? I mean, a lot of people are getting married for conveniency. So that has a lot to do with where being pursued or pursuing somebody who is married. Or you know what I'm saying? Like that has a lot to do with it. When people are stepping out on their husband and on their wife, it has everything to do with just being selfish. Being selfish. I hear people say all the time, "Oh, I got bored," or I was lonely. You're married. I understand that people get lonely in a marriage, but that gives you no reason to step out.
My thing is, if y'all loved each other enough to make the decision to spend the rest of your life with each other, it's right there in the wedding vows. Through good times, through bad times, you make the commitment to make it work. I'm not going to say every day is going to be rosy or peachy, but if our foundation is built on love, our foundation is built on, I cannot see myself living each day without you there. Your presence needs to be there. Your absence will be greatly felt in my life. I need you in my life. And I can see getting bored. Like you said, it's situations where we don't date anymore. We don't chase anymore. We don't have that same connection that we used to. That comes to, there are certain people who will speak up. Now I'm gonna be honest, in my relationship, if God blesses me, you know, when my king finds me, if I feel bored, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say, okay, baby, I don't know what's going on, baby. We need to sit down. We need to chat. You know, is there something that it's okay to talk about it? Is there something that you need or you desire that I'm not doing? Is there a need that you have? There should be nothing that we can't discuss. There should be nothing. You shouldn't be sitting there feeling bored or feeling, you know, I'm not getting something, I'm unfulfilled when I'm sitting right there. Tell me, talk to me. Because baby, best believe I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Husband, hold on. You remember how you used to do this to make me giggle or this to make me smile? You remember how you used to say, oh, when you like, you know, what happened to that? You ain't done that in like 6 weeks. What's going on? You know, so it's a communication issue. So the problem that my opinion, because this part now is only my opinion, is if I'm going to step out, I'm going to have exhausted every opportunity that there is to say, I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. Come on, let's do this. What can I do better? And if, because one person can't fix a relationship on their own. Both parties have to be able to say, okay, my wife's not satisfied. My husband's not satisfied. My wife seems a little bored. Let's do something. One person can be interested and the other one isn't, because that's still not a recipe for success. So what happens then? How do you get over it when you're the one that wants to make it better, but you don't get that reciprocated?
Yeah.
I don't mean that justifies bringing another person into it. That doesn't justify bringing another, especially an innocent person, because I'm talking about the people that are out there, they take the ring off and go out and present themselves to the world as a single and available, knowing full well they got a whole entire family at home.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, like, it's 2019. And like I said, we have to be so real. It's so many people that don't even care that you're married. They don't even care. They're not looking for that. They know that you got to go home. So you're not going to be blowing their phone up. You got another obligation. All they looking for is a good time. But we all know those times don't last because somebody catches feelings. So guess what? This is what happens. He pursues her. She gets in her feelings. Now she want to talk to the wife. When you get caught up. She pursues him. He gets caught in his feelings. Now he think he the man and he trying to fight the husband. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people really.
But how about the married man that's stepping out on his wife, but want to fight the other woman if she actually starts dating somebody who's really single and available to be with her? How about that? That happens all the time. How you gonna step up and try to fight me for going out with this available gentleman? I'm a single woman. He a single man. How you gonna fight me when your wife at home waiting for you to bring groceries?
Facts.
I mean, it's so many situations that are just out there. I've heard so many. Like when we were doing our research to do the show, I reached out to some of my girlfriends and I was saying, hey, let's talk about this. Has this ever happened? Experience with this? The stories that I heard would blow your mind. Now, don't get me wrong. We like to paint it like, oh, it's all the man. It's all the man. No, it's not all the man. It's not all the man. That whole taboo, oh, women don't cheat. That's a lie.
Facts.
That's a lie. Women are G's at cheating. Women are OGs at cheating. And then now, today, there's so many women that don't care. That's the point of it. Respect is lost. The respect is lost, where it's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. How many men know that their woman is cheating? Like, I have a friend, and I don't understand. I don't understand how his wife does not know what's going on with him. I also have a female friend where it boggles my mind. How does your husband not, like, your whole routine has changed?
But
how do you have all this free time for somebody else?
You know how they don't know? Because the other person is still so in love that they haven't even noticed the change in their routine. They haven't even noticed the different fragrance that they're wearing. They don't even notice the type of words that come out of their mouth now, because they're still in love like they was in love the first day they met them. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to a lot of...
Danai, seriously though, yeah. If you in love, like if I'm okay, let me Felicia now. If I love you, the love of my life, I mean, whatever, we rocking, I got you. I'm making sure you good. You making sure I'm good. We rolling as a team. There is no way that I am not going to recognize something. Now, the love might make me say, okay, I'm just making this up. I'm making up things. I'm letting my imagination get the best of me. There's no way that a woman or a man who is truly dedicated and in love with their king and their queen is not going to realize when this king and queen is missing, when this king and queen ain't spending that time on the telephone no more, when this king and queen come in the house, don't be like, hey babe, dinner ready, eat, get in the shower and go. I notice something's wrong with that.
But then at the same time, there may be so much going on. Like most families, you got children, you working, you got stuff to handle, and it gets swept under the rug. And like I said, some people don't know. Some people truly have no idea that their significant other, their husband, their wife is out here for everybody. And I say that. I say, when you step out on your husband or your wife, you for everybody now, because there's no telling who you willing to be with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of it, like I talked to some of the fellas, and they said a lot of it started from the beginning when it wasn't built on the right. If the foundation wasn't built the correct way, they probably was cheating before they said I do. And maybe they had some kids, or maybe it was a conveniency. Like the foundation wasn't built on trust, wasn't built on truth. It wasn't built on faithfulness from the beginning. Dang sure wasn't built on God. So if you're not faithful to God, and I tell this, kings and queens, listen. If your queen or king is not faithful to God, they cannot be faithful to you at all. They can't.
Yes.
They can't be. It's impossible.
That's right. That's right. That is so true. You know how they always, the old school mothers used to say, he loves his mother. See how he treats his mother. You can tell how he's going to treat his wife. Absolutely. Okay. Not. I want to see, how do you serve God? How do you treat God? I will make a sacrifice, because if your relationship with God is not right, if you can't be faithful to God, you're right. How are you going to be faithful to me? If you topsy-turvy, 1 minute church, 1 minute you out, you want to be a preacher, next minute you're a bartender, something's wrong with that.
Facts.
So I get that. Now we have a few people that are commenting. I do see my sis Sunila said, spouses want to believe the best about their partners. And that's true. How many men do we know that say all of the time? Like, what was that movie? The movie with Morris Chestnut, where it was like, nah, she ain't never cheated on me. She ain't gonna cheat on me. She ain't never gonna, well, how you know she ain't never cheated on you? Remember that? The best man. Remember that? Men don't want to admit that their woman, she ain't gonna cheat on me. She know what she got. Women do it too. Oh, he know better. He ain't going nowhere. Boo, the whole time you saying that, he already somewhere. She already somewhere. And Miss Tina says they're in denial. They are.
Yeah, I keep my, you know what, and I've learned to, like, there's some stuff you just keep your mouth off of, and when you're in a relationship, because you just really don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to get to know somebody. What, like I said, like we say, look how they serve God. Is they faithful to Him? Because listen, I know if I'm dating a woman and she can't pray for me or with me, no telling what her flesh is gonna do when she out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? If she only with me because how I look, then of course she's gonna see out in the street. She's gonna see somebody that looks better than me. You know what I'm saying? So if she's not faithful to God, she's definitely not faithful to herself. So she will be for everybody. So I'm very careful with just putting my mouth saying, "Oh, my queen will never cheat on me." You know what I'm saying? Like, because you just don't know how faithful they are. You just, and like I said, you got pastors out here cheating. You got, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just a certain group out here that's doing that. There's not a certain group of husbands or wives that's just out here just stepping out. You know, I think when you're pursuing when you're knowingly pursuing a married man or woman, your intent ain't good from the jump.
That's right.
Your intentions are not good.
That's right. But you know, you and a lot of times people will use the excuse, and it burns me up when I hear women say, "Oh, I didn't make no commitment to him. Why is the woman mad at me? Why is the woman, that's your husband. He made a commitment to you. He didn't make a commitment to me. So take that up with him." Okay, well, sweetheart, my question is, when the shoe is on the other foot, when the shoe is on the other foot, it's easy for the woman who's doing the cheating or the man who's doing the cheating to say, "Oh no, they made a commitment to somebody else. I don't got nothing to do with that." You have everything to do with that when you assimilate yourself into something that God has put together.
Absolutely.
You can't say it has nothing to do with you anymore.
How it starts and how it ends. I've been telling my men's group that for the longest. How it starts is how it ends. So if it started with you cheating, right, and you for everybody, that's how it's going to end, for sure. If it didn't start with God, it's not going to end with Him, because you had no intentions on having a purpose with this woman from the beginning. Yeah, you said "I do," but why, but in your "I do," it had nothing to do with being faithful. On your wedding day, right, you were cheating. So that didn't stop after the "I do." You know what I'm saying? So
see, and it doesn't start big. It doesn't start with, "Oh, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have sex with somebody else." It starts, the Bible says, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." So if you sit there and you think about it, if you let your mind wander off and you're thinking about acts of adultery in your mind, how long is it going to be before that imagination isn't enough for you? That thought process isn't enough for you. It's, "Oh, I really got to get this now. I really have to experience this now." So you have to be strong enough, because nobody just, I don't believe that anybody, "I'm gonna break up this marriage today." No, it doesn't happen like that.
Absolutely
not. You sow those little seeds, resist the devil. When you sow those little seeds, the more you keep going, you keep indulging the conversation, you keep flirting, you keep letting him, say, "Oh, hey, Miss Thickness," and all this, and you, no, I'm gonna tell your wife. I bet you once he realizes you ain't down with it, he ain't gonna try to bring it to you no more.
And let me,
but if you allow it, go ahead.
And let me just keep it so 100 right now. The internet has made it so easy for your mind to go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, and bear with me, and because this is just crazy.
I heard for real. I'm like,
keeping it 100. When I'm scrolling down Instagram, and I'm scrolling, and I see some pictures, I just look at myself like, And then you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times, a lot of these guys, they mind take them somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But see, what I tell them is, and they say, well, Nay, why don't you act? I said, bro, I said, because I know that in my singleness, I'm a husband. I know that in my singleness, I'm a husband. There is nothing that that woman on that picture can do for me. God is going to send me the woman that's for me. So it's easy for me to be faithful because I'm faithful to God. Now, when I was a boy, it was tough because everything I looked at looked good. And there was no substance and there was no purpose. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when you know exactly what you want, it's easy. It's easy to be faithful. But when you don't know what you want, you will settle for anything. When you do not know what you want, you will settle for anything. You will
But what
be.
about these people that home want what they've built? They want their, and it's both ways. They want their wife or their husband, but they also, because my thing is, if they didn't want both, why not just say, okay, I'm unhappy, I don't want this no more, let me divorce you so I can be single and free to do what I want to do. But they're not doing that. They're comfortable in the situation where they are, so they don't want to leave that. It might be financial stability, it might be,
Yeah, the
there are
conveniences.
several people that say for the kids, there are reasons. So they want their cake and they want to eat it too. And that big problem comes from.
I've heard men say two is better than one. I've heard them say. I heard many
Mm.
men say two is better than one. If I can have my wife and have another one, then why not? A lot of husbands think that their wife is never going anywhere. I was just talking to about
And
200
a
men.
lot of those husbands are the ones that have the wives that are unfulfilled and out there looking for something to fulfill what they're
Absolutely.
missing.
As soon as they find out she out there doing her thing, they're gonna want to kill somebody.
But it's all right while he out there slinging Mr. Johnson from this door to that door and this door and that door. But let him find out
Mr.
that she ain't
Johnson,
sitting with her legs closed tight. Then all of a sudden,
Mr. Johnson, though.
I don't understand why they're still in 2019 a double standard. Cheating is cheating. Extramarital affairs are extramarital affairs. There is no way to say, oh, men cheat more than women or women cheat. No, people cheat. Period.
Absolutely. I just think whenever cheating comes into the situation, be single. Some people never recover from that. Like some people be so involved, some wives and some husbands be so involved, so when that happens to them, they never recover. There are people who have committed suicide, who have killed their entire family because somebody
Yep.
decided to step out. Somebody decided to step
Yep.
out. Somebody decided to be selfish. What most of these
Yep.
men don't understand and what most of these women don't understand, everything that you've ever asked God for is in a person that you have at home. But you've let somebody convince you that this man and this woman is better for you. We've seen it over and over again where we have husbands and wives that are leaving the person God has put them with and got into a way worse situation. And then they want to come back.
Yep.
And then they want to come back. And
Yep.
guess what? Most of the time, they are being forgiven. They are being forgiven. But the
But
marriage
that
is never the same.
said, when you said that the husband or the wife at home in love with the one who's straying. So yeah, if they and I've seen it. I've seen it where the wife said, you know what, I'm not going to fight this. I still love my husband. I still wanted to work with my husband. So I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray and ask God. So of course, when she's still in love, or when she comes back in love, they're going to forgive because that
Absolutely.
individual really loves their husband or their wife. But then what I'm saying is these are going into more topics that we'll be talking about weekly, because that's where a lot of this hurt comes from. Where then now there are new people in new relationships, and you're wondering why this woman or this man has so many trust issues, why you have to battle so much hurt because of what they went through in a previous relationship. So you don't realize you out there chasing after something, trying to satisfy a need or doing something, and you're causing so much hurt and residual pain that's going to keep following into the next relationship and next relationship because you were too busy thinking about, I got to go get this. I'm not getting this at home. I'll ask again. Did you ask for it at home?
And a lot of that, and a lot of that comes to, just understanding, like from the beginning, from the gate. I'm gonna be like, listen, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? If you're looking for a good time, I'm not for you. If there's no purpose and you ain't trying to move to another level, I'm not for you. But so many people are living in lust and living in their flesh so much. A lot of these guys ain't turning down nothing.
But what about when
I
you
can't wait to
ask
put
that?
that ring on.
But I'm saying you can ask that question. How do you know? Because there are a lot of people out here that are acting, that are playing roles. There are a lot of people out here that are good at presenting themselves to be just what they know you're looking for, just until they get you in some situation and then they out.
That is
so
exactly.
it comes, all relationships need to be started with through prayer, and you need to ask God, show me, reveal, is this the person for me? Because anybody can say, oh yes, I'm a virgin, I've never been married. They got 14 kids at home, don't got custody, and they're one of them. I've been hurt, so I just want to wait until marriage. And then the first time y'all in the movie, her hand going up your leg, and you like, I thought she wanted to wait. They can present themselves to be anything you want them to be, or what they think you're looking for, just to assimilate themselves into your life. So you always constantly prayerful.
That's why it's important that you stand still in your faith. Now, regardless of what a woman presents to me, if I stand still in my faith, if I stand still in the man that I am, God will show me everything else I need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
that's right.
I can't give in to what the flesh is showing me, or what the flesh is trying to give me. Because so many people do that. Oh, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm this and I'm that. And then when they put in a situation, their lack of faith, their lack of trust in themselves, and they fail. And they fail. Then they find themselves, they've created a soul tie. They've created a soul tie. You got a whole wife at home, bro, and you created a soul tie because your eyes was looking too much. You created a soul tie because this woman has convinced you that the woman that you got at home ain't good enough for you.
Now, look, in 2019, does anybody believe the story or the line, oh, I'm going to leave her, I'm just waiting. Oh, I'm going to leave her, I'm not happy. But are they still doing that?
Man, listen, ain't none of my boys going nowhere. And
there's still people out there is like, oh yeah, my boyfriend got a wife, I'm going to leave her.
I mean, I hear it so much now. Oh, he tells me he's going to leave his wife. And I'm like, huh? That he ain't going nowhere. That's to keep you around.
His girlfriend.
He ain't going nowhere.
Leave his wife for his girlfriend. I don't want a man that's going to tell me, oh, boo, I love you, I'm going to leave my wife for you. Okay, and in 5 years, you're going to leave me for somebody else.
Facts. Just how it starts and how it ends. Just how it starts.
Exactly.
It's how it ends. If he started cheating,
now don't get me wrong,
he's going to cheat on you with someone else.
Right. Now there have been cases where a husband has cheated or a wife has just spouse, they went through their hard time. There are those cases where it legitimately was a mistake, a one-off. But that. You'll know that when you take them back, because I know a good friend of mine, that happened to her years ago. Her husband, long time now, and they are stronger and happier than ever. This happened way back when they're younger. So, I mean, I can't say I'm against forgiveness. No, because if it's true, that could have just been a test. That could have just been, we all make mistakes. We all do things wrong. But if it's a habitual thing where he goes from, if he's bed hopping, you know, and with disease and everything else as crazy and prevalent as it is today, I'm too petrified to say, oh, baby, I forgive you. Yeah, I forgive you, but we're going to have to wrap you in a whole entire hefty bag, put the string tie thing around it before you with me, because I'm afraid now. What did you bring home?
And that's being for real. That's being so honest, because there's so much going on today, and there's so much that people are just giving to each other. So it's scary. I was telling, I put a video up today and said how scary it is to just date in 2019, because it seemed like so many people are for everybody. You know, so many people are just jumping from bed to bed. Everybody wants that temporary satisfaction. Everybody just want to get theirs. What happened to? I know I'm not chasing you, but what happened to a man just pursuing a woman? You know what I'm saying? What happened to a man just really, really putting God first and pursuing a woman? What happened to a woman just really, you know what? It doesn't matter about the car that he has. It doesn't matter about the shoes that he wears. How does he truly love God? Yes, I asked God to send me my king. Now, me knowing that I'm not perfect, I cannot expect for God to send me a perfect man. The package never comes the way you want it to come. There's so many men and women who have turned down their blessing because the package didn't come the way they wanted it to come. Yeah, God sent you somebody, but when you seen he didn't have the car you thought he had, you start talking to Bobby Joe and Willie Jack over there, who you knew wasn't good for you.
Bobby Joe and Willie Jack. Let's talk about that though. Let's push pin right there, because you're right. Let's say God sent you who was for you. God sent the person who was the whole package for you. There would be no boredom. There would be no, looking for nothing else, because this individual had, God knows what you desire. Those innermost desires that you don't tell nobody, God knows. God knows about them. So if he made somebody and created somebody just for you, believe me, this person is going to be just for you. But because, like you said, they didn't look like you thought they were supposed to, they didn't have what you thought they should have, you turned them down and you went over here to this shiny bauble, this little piece of shiny jewelry, this diamond, this glitter thing that, oh, he looks so good, oh, she looks so good, oh. And now you done got into a situation with somebody that wasn't created for you and found out that they can't fulfill or supply those basic inner needs that you have. So that leaves you lacking for something else. And now you find yourself wandering out there. But if you would have just stood still and received, God had just for you sent back to you with a bow right on top of it, you wouldn't be in this situation where you're sitting and saying, well, I wasn't getting what I needed, so I went out looking for it. Well, baby, it was right in front of you. You turned it away.
And she didn't. And with that, they didn't understand that was the blessing. They didn't understand what God. See, I tell people this: do not pray for something you're not prepared for. Don't pray for a husband if you're not prepared to be a wife. Don't pray for a husband if you're not prepared to submit. You know what I'm saying? Don't pray for a husband if you still on social media dressing half naked. Don't pray for a husband if all you want to do every weekend is hang out with your girls. That's not what you want. So you have to be prepared. I say, even in your singleness, you should be a husband and you should be a wife. So when God presents that situation to you, you are already ready for that purpose. You're already ready for the purpose. You know, so many people are not prepared to be that. So it's easy for a man to cheat on his wife because he was never prepared to be a husband in the first place. It's hard for a woman to cheat on her husband because she always looked at herself as a girlfriend. Girlfriend and wife don't mix. They are totally the opposite thing. If you're a girlfriend, stay far away from me as possible because I'm a husband. You know what I'm saying? And I think people use that as an excuse. I know a lot of men do. Nobody ever showed me how to be a man. My dad wasn't in my life. Man, you making these mistakes because you want to.
That's true.
You making these mistakes because you want to.
That's so true.
It had nothing to do with you not having a father.
That's so true. But that is something that a lot of people don't realize. Like, even when you say a girlfriend doesn't have to forgive all. A girlfriend doesn't have to work it out, hold a grudge forever over something stupid. But a wife, y'all are working together. Y'all are building something together. Yes, a wife can be upset, but a wife is going to have to put that we're a help me. We're a team. You're upset with me right now, and I understand that. You go in your room, I'll go in this other room over here, but we staying under the same roof tonight, and we gonna work this out. I'll give you some time to get yourself together. But where a girlfriend can be like, oh, please, we don't live together anyway, blah, blah, blah. There is a difference. When you become you become one. Girlfriend and boyfriend, y'all are still separate. You're a single woman, he's a single woman, y'all are dating. That's not the same thing as we're gonna live this life together. My life with your life, we're going to become one, where we go being you, us. So it is different, and it's a different mindset. And a lot of times people go into it with the wrong way of thinking about it. Oh, I'm going into it because I'm not to work no more. I'm going into it because I'm gonna be set for life in the church. I'm going into it for the status it's going to give me. I'm going into it for the title I'm gonna get. Not realizing you're gonna live through total hell for a title.
For a title. You will choose a man because he can provide for you financially, but he can't provide you with prayer, protection, or anything else. He can provide you with unfaithfulness. He can provide you with that, but he can't provide you with any of the things that you truly asked God for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you said what you said, because people be trying to bite my neck off when I say, when you're a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you're just dating. Let's not get that twisted. You are just dating. So it's almost like you still single.
I'm sorry. Hashtag don't get in your feelings, but it's the truth.
You're still single.
It's the truth.
You're just dating somebody. Yep. How many people, how many boyfriend and girlfriends you know that ain't got 2 or 3 of them? There's no the boyfriend and girlfriend stage is there's no commitment. There's still no commitment. There are women who have been girlfriends for 10 years. 10 years.
And that, see, we're gonna have to talk about that. See, you hitting on all our topics, Nay. You can't hit on all our topics in one night. That's one we're gonna have to talk about. Because I agree with that. If you say it's me and you, and it takes you 10 years to realize, baby, I don't want to.
Listen.
Sorry. My dealership and pick a car, and it don't take you 10 years. Why take you 10 years to pick me?
Listen, because that's not the that's not the person they're supposed to be with. And some people don't agree. Don't rush into it. Don't rush into it. Bro, what you mean? Oh, I have to be financially set first. I have to have this house. I have to have this. Listen, man, God will provide all things. God didn't say you needed a $10 million ring to put on your queen's hand. He didn't say that. The world got you thinking that you do. The world got you thinking
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? A man should provide, but he didn't say a man should provide with a 10-story house. And if it do say that in the Bible, somebody tell me, because I'm hearing a lot of women say if a man can't provide this, he's not a husband. Listen, then y'all reading the wrong book. Because it does not say one thing in the Bible where it says a man has to have this to be a husband. They watch too many reality TV shows, and on the reality TV shows, half of them getting cheated on.
Well, I just want to, we're gonna start to wrap up. I want you, do you have last thoughts you want this specific? Trust me, let's talk about it is not anywhere. We're only just getting started. Some of these topics we will come back and delve into deeper. Some of us on through during other topics. This is ever going, ever changing. We will always be talking about what's going on. We want you guys to feel free to reach out to us. When we come on next week, we'll have the a specific standardized email address for you to reach us. But for this week, during this week, if you guys have situations you want us to discuss, topics you want us to delve into, if you want to come on and be a guest and talk to us about your experience or anything like that, you can reach us through Messenger. You can messenger me on Facebook or Instagram. You can message Danai on Facebook, Messenger or Instagram, and just get to us and let us know if there's something that you want to discuss, something you want us to go into, something, you know, that's bothering you, a situation that you may want to talk about that you don't feel comfortable talking about.
Facts.
Just let us know. We'll go through it. That's what we're here for. But Nate, you want to touch on anything else about this before we go?
This is the first one. So we was real light tonight. It is gonna get amped
very
up
light
some more, and it's gonna get amped up some more, and it's gonna get blazing. So stay with us, stay tuned. All I'm saying is if you feel like you about to cheat, you need to speak to your significant other. Keep it 100 with them, stay solid with them. Work that out. And if you are cheating at this very moment,
right,
you wrong. You out of bounds and you out of line, and that man and that woman doesn't deserve that. And you got to understand what goes around comes around. God ain't gonna bless no mess, and God definitely ain't gonna bless you with nobody else's husband or wife at all. Man,
that's gonna be a topic too. I was just thinking about that for next time.
Yeah, appreciate.
I was thinking about that for a topic that we got to reach out. Somebody else's husband is not your blessing
at all.
Wife is not your blessing.
Definitely not.
Stop it. So, yeah, I agree with all of that. Every week we're going to go in deeper. Every week we're going to go in further. Every week we're going to talk about these real world relationships. It's time out for us thinking, oh, that's taboo. Oh, we can't talk about that. That's why the devil is running rampant in the church, because the saints are sitting back not talking about subjects that are killing our young folks, that are like the tools that the devil's using to pull people and destroy people and come against people are things that we're not going to talk about it. Right. And there are things that we're going to need answers to there. And we don't have all the answers. That's not what we're saying, but we are going to talk about it and try to help, support, uplift, and get a better understanding. That's what it's all about. So join us weekly, right here for Let's Talk About It. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and we will run the replays on YouTube. So take a look. Keep your eyes posted to both us, Nay's page and my page, for information about it, and we'll post the replays so that you guys can go back and watch. And anybody who missed it, they can start it from the beginning and take those them. I thank you guys. We are so happy that you took time out of your Saturday evening and early evening, and on your side of the world, Danai, to spend some time with us and to talk about this with us. God love you. We hope that this upcoming week is amazing and that you are a blessing to someone and God sends someone to be a blessing to you. This is Felicia Joseph, the Anointed Songbird, and
this is Speak Nay, the #1 stunner. No, I'm playing.
And you were just here with us on Let's Talk About It. We'll see you right back here, and God bless you.
God bless.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
You are so